Hello, everybody. This is Sebastian Furtado, and welcome. I'm alive. It's been a bit over a month, I guess, and the reason why I haven't posted anything is because I just couldn't. Emotionally speaking, and I just couldn't find anything or the time to do it. Plus, there was a lot of things going on, and fortunately, things are starting to clear out right now, and everything's starting to look better. So that's exciting. I watched the White Lotus, the last season. I think it was the third season, and Chloe said that bad luck's coming three. And I never heard that before, but like, that makes sense. That makes sense. And after everything that has happened to me in the first 3 4 months of this year, so like, it's three now, so let's get it. I've had enough. Good, thank you. Like, now let's pass the bad luck, and now good luck. And it seems that the good luck is coming, so I'm excited for that. And so today I felt inspired to talk about a perfume that it really caught me by surprise by how much I really loved it. Um, so it is a Rouge Spirit. There we go. It's this beautiful latest limited release from Guerlain, because Rouge is celebrating 60 years this year. So I'm going to read to you what Guerlain says about it, and I will share some personal information experience about the process of aging. So the first amber scent for men in history and an iconic Guerlain creation, Rouge is now celebrating 60 years of timeless seduction. To mark the occasion, the house is revealing a new limited edition variation, Rouge Spirit, an unexpected encounter between Rouge Parfum and two oak barrels, each boasting different olfactory properties linked to the age of their respective woods. Over time, the synergy of the wood and the formula's ingredients gives rise to new fragrance facets. Painstaking work then follows to find the ideal balance, an exceptional fragrance blend that offers the iconic Rouge a new signature. So, and then they talk more about it and unprecedented expression of Rouge's amber signature. This new variation has adorned its sillage with singular woody nuances that with syrupy inflections. Masterful splits, blah, 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 blah. So this is credited to Delphine Yelk. And yes, so I have come across a brand that infuses the perfumes, not infuses, but it does part of the aging of the perfume in oak barrels that were used in maceration of spirits. Same idea as this. The brand is Maison Psyché, and that is the brand from the relatively new perfume brand from Rémy Cointreau, and they aged their perfumes in oak barrels that were used to macerate spirits. But what they do is, which I believe, because they do not go into details in terms of how the wood was used, they do mention that it was used to age spirits here as well. But the thing is, they can't use the wood that was in direct contact with the spirit, with the liquid. So we're talking about when aging spirits for such companies like LVMH, so not LVMH, but Killian, Killian Hennessy, and Rémy Cointreau. We're talking about massive brands that produce a lot of spirits. Forgive me. So what I was taught during the presentation for Maison Psyché was that the wood they use is not the wood that's in direct contact with the liquid, but the wood that's on top of the barrel. So the wood did not necessarily have direct contact with the liquid, because if they were to use that wood, it would overpower the scent of the perfume. So they, once these massives, and we're talking about massive barrels of liqueur, filled with liqueur in it, like spirits or whatever, cognac, whiskey. Once these barrels are dismantled, they take the wood that's relatively dry, that's on the very top, that has the air space, and they use that wood to age the perfumes. And it's not a long process. It's about 3 to 5 months, depending on the scent. So I would say for this, it was probably even less, because the perfumes that I tried from Maison Psyché, there were 5, and they were all focused on specific notes. We're talking about rose, vanilla, tonka, bergamot, and there was one more that I can't remember right now. But yes, so I would assume this is a similar process that was used for this. So they took the wood from the top of the barrel that was not in direct contact with the spirit, and they used to age, and they build small barrels. We're talking about like small barrels like this ish. I saw pictures and videos, and it was really, really lovely. So yes, I would assume it was a very similar process to this, because using the wood that was in direct contact with the liquid, the spirit, like I just mentioned, it would overpower the scent, and it would be a very a very big clash between scents. So, but leaving that on the side, so I think that was the process of aging these perfumes. They didn't go into details. They didn't show anything. They didn't show us the barrels on the on Guerlain's website. So that's my assumption. But let's try this. This is such a beautiful perfume. It really is. It's very spirity, indeed. Like that, the delicious, sweet, deep, kind of like Bourbon, take in the opening, and the vanilla is very present in here, and it's woody, and it's deep, and it's dense, but it's still very much the classic Habit Rouge that we know and love, but it's really, really elevated to a different level. And this actually is the one that comes closest. Doesn't necessarily smell the same, but it's the one that comes closest to the Extrait, to Habit Rouge Extrait, which is the one that was very restrictedly available, I would say, in Belgium and France, and I'm not sure if it's still in production, or if they still sell it, but that's my favorite iteration of Habit Rouge. And also, initially, it came in a 50 ml bottle, Habit Rouge Extrait, and it was quite expensive. I have that, and I should talk about that actually eventually, because I adore the perfume. But I also did buy some more from the fountains, and this is the one that comes closest, but it's woodier than the Extrait. The Extrait focuses more on orange blossom and the gorgeous vanilla, and the classic Habit Rouge is still. But it's literally that stunning classic Habit Rouge that we know and love, deeper, slightly woodier, and denser, and mouth-watering. There's something in here that's really, really mouth-watering, and I just love it. I got this perfume some time ago, but I didn't really wear it that many times. It comes quite full, actually. It comes quite very close to the top here, and I've worn quite a bit in the few times that I've worn it. I'm debating getting a second bottle, because I really, really like this. and they did a really good job with the cap. You know, it's a wooden cap, and it's all wood. It has a Guerlain logo in there. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, it has a GG. No, it doesn't actually. It does not. I was kidding. It does have the GG on top, though, and it's all wood, and the color is quite beautiful too. So they said that they used the Habit Rouge Parfum. So I have a sample of the Habit Rouge Parfum that was released last year. I did not buy a bottle of it, just because I didn't find the necessity to buy it. It wasn't something that I tried a sample before, and I was like, yeah, I like it, but it's all right. You know, I didn't love it. I didn't fall in love with it. But this one, it is indeed the parfum with these extra layer on it, and does it last long? This extra layer of mystery, of seduction, of mysterious seduction. I would like to say it, and it lasts as long as it lasts. It doesn't really last like 6 hours or anything like that. I would say it lasts for about 2 hours or something like that, and then it kind of becomes the parfum, but not exactly the same. It's not exactly the same as the parfum. It is similar to the parfum, indeed, in the dry down, very similar, but it's not exactly the same. This is expensive. This is very expensive, actually, for I think it was $300 and something Canadian, $302 Canadian for this bottle. And let me read a little bit more. Delphine Yao, Guerlain Perfume Creation Director and Perfumer, celebrates the house's pioneering spirit, inaugurating an unprecedented blending method to give a fragrance beautifully enhanced in oak barrels and infused with their characteristic woody notes. Driven by daring, Habit Rouge's spirit expresses the vision of a luxury that has become rare. Time. This new variation develops its characteristic notes in prolonged contact with wood. A meticulous blending process then follows to find the ideal balance between the fragrances from the two barrels, creating a singular composition that offers the iconic Habit Rouge new signature. So they do not go into details and they do not show any pictures, but with my experience in this and seeing how it was explained to me by what I have mentioned in the beginning of the video, I would assume it's a similar process. But yeah, I'm very happy. Like, so the Habit Rouge Parfum that was released last year, it's 210. So this is it's quite a bit more. But is it worth it to me? To me, it's worth it. Because I really love this, and I'm not one to pay attention on compliments or anything like that, but I have actually received quite a few compliments when wearing this perfume, and which came as a surprise. And it really is a beautiful take on Habit Rouge. I'm really pleased with it. Right now, it's still the vanilla, you know, like the vanilla that's in here comes across as smoky vanilla. So imagine the classic Habit Rouge with this smoky vanilla on top and extra hints of wood. It's pretty much what you got here, and I love it. I really do. I'm still debating getting a second bottle. Because I like preserving the Habit Rouge Extrait, which I have, even though I have quite a bit of it. It's quite rare, and that one is extremely expensive, so I don't wear it as often, but it's stunning. But I'm really happy with this. I have the one that came in the red bottle. I forgot the name of it, but thank you very much for, let me see if I find it here. No, it's not here. I think it was a limited edition. as well. But thank you very much for spending time with me. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful time wherever you are. And until next time, bye.